practice. The practice of the Bhagavad Gita today is day 57 and the same shlokas as yesterday, Adhyay 12, shloka 13 and 14. We are continuing it. Let's read it once again. Adveshta sarva bhutanam maitra karuna evacha nirmamo nirahankara samadukha sukha kshami santushta satatam yogi yadatma dhrida nishchaya mayarpita mano buddhir yo mad bhakta same priya. Bhagavan is telling Arjun who is dear to him. What are the qualities that a bhakt should have to make the bhakt dear to Bhagavan, near and dear? He who is free from malice towards all beings, friendly and compassionate, and free from the feelings of I and mine, balanced in joy and sorrow, forgiving by nature, ever contented and mentally united with me, nay, who has subdued his mind, senses and body, has a firm resolve and has surrendered his mind and reason to me, that devotee of mine is dear to me. As we saw yesterday, the spiritual journey is not about doing more sadhanas and more knowledge and, getting more things in particular. Doing not important. What is important is being the best possible human being before you can become or think of aspiring for divinity. So just like we need to qualify for, important exams, professional exams, medical, engineering, management, etc., then only we get admitted into those colleges and institutions. In the same way, Bhagavan says, you need to qualify by being an exemplary human being, then I will admit you into my state of divinity. So these two shlokas, as I told you yesterday, have 10 different qualities. We did 5 yesterday. Today we will do 5 more. So 5 being points, not action points, to make us dear to Bhagavan. So today's 5. First one, be forgiving by nature. Forgiving, Shrami. So in this lifetime, whatever we are experiencing, whatever situations we are coming across, they are all our own karma, result of our past actions. Now somebody has to deliver that karma to us. That deliverer, unfortunately, we tend to blame that person for giving us this trouble, this situation, this experience. He is like that, she is like that. We don't realize that that person who's creating this, whatever situation we are experiencing in our life, that person is just the deliverer, the delivery boy, the courier of our own karma. So, be forgiving by nature means what? Don't blame that person for the karma that that person is delivering. If you want, forgive the delivery person. But more importantly, forgive yourself for incurring that karma. It was a past life or it was a past time of this life when you didn't know better, but now you know better. So forgive and move on. Don't go on committing the same mistake again and again and incurring more karma in the future. So that's being forgiving by nature. 2, Bhagavan says, be ever contented and mentally united with Bhagavan. Santushta Satatam yogi. Be a yogi, be a sadhak, be a practitioner who is ever content. When our mind is continuously in the mode of acquiring things, because that's how it gets tempted by the senses, it goes and gets completely attached to those vishayas of sansar. But when the mind understands through so much sadhana, swadhyay, satsang, all pravachan, whatever, when it realizes that there is no happiness out there in the vishay, which is in sansar, the true happiness is already within us, then the mind doesn't go wandering in sansar, doesn't go and look for happiness in sansar, then sansar loses its stranglehold on our mind. There's a detachment from sansar, vairagya. And when it's detached from sansar and it finds its contentment within, then no longer attached to sansar, united with Bhagavan, you are santusht with whatever you have, you are santusht with the happiness that you are experiencing within. So sadhana for this would obviously be sublimate all those material desires into spiritual yearning, as we have just affirmed in our affirmations. How will you do this? You will do this through upasana. Upasana will help you attach to Bhagavan through puja, through jap, through kirtan, bhajan, or whatever we do on Fridays also. All these things will help you to be contented within and get attached to Bhagavan. If you're attached to sansar, you cannot be attached to Bhagavan. It's as simple as that. The third thing Bhagavan tells Arjun is subdue your mind, senses, and body. Yatatma. Subdue your mind. Subdue your mind. Okay, let's see. How do you subdue this mind? This mind is like a monkey. It's very difficult to subdue a monkey, right? It goes on jumping from tree to tree. Like that, our mind also goes on jumping from thought to thought, sankalp to vikalp, vikalp back to sankalp. So it's like continuously active and jumping. Senses are continuously scanning sansar. Oh, what is there? What can I experience? What new thing is there for me to experience? What can I acquire? What can I hold on to? What can I hoard? What can I gain? Which new restaurant, which new movie, which new video, which new this, that, and the other. That's the job of the senses, continuously moving around. Then body. Body has its own itches. Sometimes it wants to taste something. Sometimes it wants to, feel happy. Sometimes it feels sad. It has its own itches. This is a very volatile equipment we are dealing with. Mind, senses, and body. Continuously wanting to experience the new everything in the sansar. How to subdue? Mauna of body, mind, senses. All 10 equipments, all 10 senses need to be silenced through titiksha. The dharma of the mind, the dharma of the senses, the dharma of the body is bahirmukhi. So when you try to subdue it, it will be uncomfortable. So you will need titiksha. So you need to practice forbearance, practice titiksha by not giving in to the chanchal mind, by not giving in to the roaming senses, by not giving in to the itches of the body. So Bhagavan has given you one very nice simile earlier. Be a tortoise. Whenever you find the mind, body, senses going haywire, danger is approaching, take them inwards. Mourn of the 10 indriyas and antakaran. Then the fourth one. Be firmly resolved on your goal. Nishtha you must have. Dridha nishchay. Most of us, like somebody said in Siva itself, most of us are sleepwalking through life. This is somebody's own phrase. I am just borrowing it. Sleepwalking through life. A sleepwalker is walking, right? He's also walking. But where is he walking? Does he have a goal? Does he, follow that goal? Is there any danger in him banging into something? The sleepwalker is walking without direction. The sleepwalker is walking without purpose, right? But as sadhaks, who we claim to be on a spiritual journey, we need to know exactly where we are heading. We need to follow the particular path that takes us to that goal. And for that, we need firm resolve, drid nishchay. So, wherever our goal may be, it may not even be a spiritual goal. You may have an adhyatmic goal, you may have a vyavaharik goal, you may have a health goal, you may have a business goal, you may have a money goal, you may have a marriage goal, you may have whatever goal you want, I don't mind. But if you want to reach that goal, drid nishchay is required, firm resolve. But if you want to reach Bhagavan, if you want to be dear to Bhagavan, which is what this shlok is all about, then what will help you get a drid nishchay? So many people say, how do I get good nishtha in my goal? Lead a sattvic life. If you lead a sattvic life, you will not give up on your goal, because Satogun helps us to stay firmly resolved, and Tamogun makes you fall from your goal. Rajogun helps you create the goal, but Satogun helps you stay firmly resolved on your goal. So if you are falling off your path again and again, that means Tamogun is predominant. Move it into Satogun. And finally, in this shloka, be in a state of surrenderfulness of mind and reason. Mayar Pita Mano Buddhi. A devotee who has surrendered tan, man, dhan, vachan to Bhagavan, or a shishya who has surrendered tan, man, dhan, vachan to Guru, all his actions, all his behavior has to be offered to Bhagavan, right? Then the mind cannot do its own manmani. Buddhi cannot do its own, thinking that, oh, why should I follow this shastra? Why should I follow that recommendation? Why should I follow this gyan? Why should I follow this adesh? I think this is better. I think that is better. I think this will take me to Paramatma. Let me go to YouTube. Let me go to this. Let me go to that. This will not do. This is not being in a state of surrenderfulness of mind and reason. Today, Swamiji told me a very good meaning of the phrase Natmastak. Natmastak, we say, I do Natmastak to you. I bow down to you. I surrender to you. I put my head at your feet. Swamiji said, if you are really doing Natmastak to the Guru, that means surrendering fully to your Guru, that means at that stage, you follow the Adesh of the Guru by surrendering your buddhi to the feet of the Guru. You simply don't put your own buddhi, your own reasoning into the Adesh of the Guru. That is called real Natmastak or surrenderfulness. So work at surrendering your limited mind, limited intellect at the feet of divinity. These are the 5 qualities that are dear to Bhagavan. Tomorrow, I will give you 5 more. Already we have done 10, tomorrow 5 more.